Hello everybody and welcome to Going for Goldbridge. It's back and I set myself this challenge today to answer as many questions as I can in under 20 minutes. Let's see if I can do it. You will know already, I won't because I'm filming this. So let's fly into the first question. If you could know the absolute and total truth to one question, what question would it be? Says Adam. I would like to know why men have nipples. What is the point? Why do we have nipples? We all know why the ladies do. It's for milk and pleasure. But why do men have nipples? It doesn't make any sense. Why did God give us nipples? I don't know. And another thing I would like to know is, as well, if cockroaches can survive a nuclear war, what the hell is in that killing cockroach spray that you can buy? What is in it? It's a great question, isn't it? What is in it if a cockroach can survive a nuclear war? What do they put in there? I tell you what, it must be something great. Who is your idol now and when you were younger, says Campbell? Ooh, I tell you what, who's my idol now? I don't really have idols now. I think, you know what, it's difficult. I'm trying to be quick on these questions. Pacino or De Niro, says Paul Castle. For me, Pacino. I'm more of a Pacino guy. Yeah, Heat. Yeah, he kills him, doesn't he? So, idols now and idols when you were younger. I think when I was younger, I had a lot of idols, people like Gazza and stuff like that, because Italianity was a big thing when I was a kid. Roy Keane was a massive idol of mine at United as well. Currently, I think the older you get, the more you realise that your idols are as, maybe, not as good as you thought they were. I've never met Roy Keane, so I'm not saying that he isn't, but obviously Gazza's a bit of a fallen idol, isn't he? I think my biggest idol was probably my granddad, who's now passed away, just because of the morals and the way he conducted himself. But that's probably not the answer people wanted. Your thoughts on not going to do that question, actually. I'm glad nobody saw that. Ever spunked your pants over a Manchester United signing, says Kizzy Dance. I can honestly say there's never been a moment in football that's made me not like doing that, and I'd say you've probably got some sort of fetish if you get sexually aroused from signings and transfers. Oh, Bruno Fernandes is coming to United. No, nothing like that. Nothing like that. I've been very happy about moments in football, and I think, when you listen to people like Gary Lineker saying that scoring a goal is better than sex, I think that is a different thing. I don't think he's saying every time I scored a goal I let some loose in my pants. No, he lets it out the other hole. But I think, look, football's just an elation moment, isn't it? Why does it have to be sexual? Why does it have to be sexual? Not everything's sexual, is it? Some things, a lot of things in life that you like and take joy in don't have to have a sexual context. So no, not for me. If you could relive a day of your life, what would it be, says Rasha United 10. Sometimes I love these questions because you're doing them on the hop, but I wish I could think them through. If I could relive a day of my life, what would it be? It's hard. It's really hard because from a football point of view, it would definitely be 1999 when we beat Barcelona. I'd love to just go from that day start to finish again, and because I know where it ended. It ended on a beach in Malahide in Ireland with a big bottle of whiskey and some cigars, and we were just chatting away. It was a brilliant day, and I would love to do that again from a football point of view. From a personal point of view, I've been very lucky. There's been plenty I would like to go through. I think as a kid, there's a certain Christmas day I'd like to go through again when I got all my Sabutio and stuff. That one always stands out. And as an adult, look, I could say that there's loads. There's absolutely loads, which I'll keep personal, but all happy ones, and a lot to do with obviously wife and kids and things like that. I think the days that your kids are born are great, but I've got 3, so I don't want to be favouritism. They'll go mad. Ever cheated on your partner, says Noxie? No, it's not. That's just come into that's literally come there, and I've answered it quick. And maybe I should have thought about not answering it, but no, I'm just not that. That's just not me, and I'm very, very, very against it. And I've got really good mates who do it all the time, and I say to them, I just don't get out of the relationship if you're doing that. It's not fair on you. It's definitely not fair on the person that you're with. A lot of people do it. I just think it's dishonest. I think it's dishonest, and it exposes you. I always said this, actually. When I went to police training college many years ago, 2004, everyone always says when you go to police training college, it's not like it anymore anyway, but you go away for sometimes 12 weeks. I think it was 12 weeks when I did it. So you go away for 12 weeks, you come back at weekends, It was down in Coventry where I went, and basically loads of people are there. I think there's about, God knows, well over 200 people there at Police Training College from all different forces. And a lot of people said it's just a big orgy. Like loads of stuff goes on. And when we were down there from the force I was with, there was people who were married, there was people in relationships, and there was people who were like married with kids, copping off with like other married women with kids. It was ridiculous. And I was like, you're training to go into a job where it's about integrity and moral compass, and you've been here a couple of weeks and you're shagging. I just didn't do it. I didn't do it because, to me, respect and trust is very important. If you take that away, I think it would erode me as a person more than it would impact on the people that I was cheating on, if that makes sense. Because I really do hold those things dear. I think if you haven't, what are you? But, maybe that's a little bit deep for some people on a going for Goldbridge, but there you go. If you had a gun with 2 bullets and you had Ed Woodward and Kim Jong-un on there, which 2 parts of Ed Woodward would you shoot with 2 bullets? I wouldn't shoot Ed Woodward. I wouldn't shoot Ed Woodward. I mean, it's just... He's a businessman. He's a very good businessman. He just doesn't do the things that we want him to do. What other sports did you play as a kid other than football? Says KNP. I played a bit of netball. That's gonna make people laugh, isn't it? I had long hair and people thought, oh no. Our primary school didn't have enough people to play netball, and they wanted to have a netball team. So we had a couple of people, me and another lad, we used to play netball, and the opposition school would let us do it. So yeah. If you had a deal that you could have £1 billion but can never leave your town ever again, would you take that deal? Yeah? Internet's a great thing. I'd be disappointed not to be able to go on holiday, of course, but I think with £1 billion just to stay in your town, I think we'd all do that, wouldn't we? Could still do the United Stand. Will you film other games such as Call of Duty or UFC? I don't play UFC and I don't play Call of Duty, Geordie, so I won't be doing that. But I'm always open to doing that sort of thing. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Says United or at Peter Xenox. Alive would be great. Alive would be great. JD says worst moment at school. I'm trying to think at school, like worst moments at school. I think bullying is always the biggest thing, isn't it? I think when I can think of a few cringe moments. I remember being in RE, which is religious education, and we were having a quiz, and there was these set of girls that I definitely didn't find them attractive, and they were always really like get everything right and smug. And we were in this quiz, and there was about 7. Everyone had broken up into groups of 4, and the tables were always in RE. You're in this classroom, and it was basically 2 long rows. So you just sat there in 2 long rows with the teacher at the front, and we broke off into these little groups, but the tables stayed the same. We were in groups of 4, and we'd been doing this quiz for about half an hour, and they were just ahead of us, and they basically, it was RE. It wasn't bloody pop quiz. It was RE, and I went to a Church of England school, so I knew a lot of. Because every morning when I was at primary school for half an hour, you'd get stories from the Bible read to you. So I was very good at that. And I was really getting into this quiz, which was great because I never got into anything at school unless it was to do with a shoot magazine or match or football. So we're winning this bloody quiz, and the competitive element was starting to kick in. And anyway, one of my mates says, look at them, because you could see down the row. They were winning the thing, and they were cheating. They had the bloody Bible like that. And it was meant to be Bibles away. And so I went on a mission. I went, I'm not having this. I'm going to catch them. So I went down on my hands and knees and started crawling along this table underneath it. And then I came up. I came up between the legs of the girl who had it on her lap like that. So there I am on this table. She's with the Bible like that. And the next thing you know, up comes young me from the table between this girl's legs, thankfully I did grab the Bible and nothing else, and came up through her legs like that. Hey, look, miss, they're cheating. Lo and behold, justice was not served. The cheats got away with it, and I got into a lot of stick. I got a week's detention and had to stand. And this is the best bit. You would never do this now. I had to spend the rest of the quiz stood at the front next to the teacher on a chair. I mean, how humiliating is that? I had to stand on a chair. That's justice for you. Justice doesn't always deliver. So yeah, you've just reminded me of something there. But on a serious note, the bullying's not very nice, and I think people are going to laugh at this, but actually you shouldn't laugh at it. It's a bit like It's a bit like domestic abuse. Everyone always thinks, oh, it's the man hitting the woman, but actually you get a lot of domestic abuse where the woman hits the man, and men don't want to report it because they feel like they're going to get laughed at or they're not going to get believed, and it does happen. And I think I've told a story before that I always used to stand up to bullies. Like I remember being like 8 or 9 and playing football with the older lads, and one of them did a bad tackle on me and it hurt, so I basically stood up to him, and he showed off in front of his mates, and he slapped me across the face and it really hurt, so I kicked him in the nuts, and then he really beat me up. But you know, you stand up to bullies. The worst one I ever had was when I was about 11 and I went to secondary school, and these group of older girls on the bus used to like really bully me, like really, like they just took a dislike to me, and they were like 2 years older than me, and on the bus for fun for about a week they used to just like physically hit me, and you know and everyone on the bus was laughing about it. Like even nobody would do anything about it because it was funny, because it was like girls picking on a lad, and like all I'd grown up with bullies was like, you know, if it's a boy, you know, maybe you take a beating but you stand up to them, but what do you do with a girl? And you know, basically it got to the point where I was like taking days off sick. I mean, it only went on for a week, and I just wouldn't really leave my mum's side, and she knew something was wrong, and eventually she got it out of me, because I'm quite like like I say, I'm like, I like to deal with my own problems. Anyway, she found out about it, and she went on the school bus and basically went, look, you can bully a lad, but what are you going to do about me? And it stopped. And you know, it was hard. It was hard because, like, what do you do with a bully in that situation? What do you do? Anyway, a bit too serious that. Where was your first holiday abroad, and would you go back? Used to go to Cornwall a lot. That's not abroad officially. It is, Cornwall is part of England, so you don't fly there. You can fly there. You can fly to Newquay, but you can drive as well. So abroad for me would be over to sea on a plane. I think it would have been Menorca, not Majorca or Ibiza. I've done the Balearics quite a lot. Who is faster, DT or Mark Goldbridge? Oh, come on! I'm bored of these. I've blocked him anyway. He's I'm not even going to call him a clown. That makes him sound like a jester. He's just not a nice person. But I would absolutely destroy him in a running race. He goes backwards before he goes forwards. Best Steven Seagal movie. I haven't watched one for ages. Paul Eyes on Me. Steven Seagal. I always like the one on the boat. City Slickers. Is it? No, I know it's not. Under Siege. I think it was called Under Siege on the boat. Yeah, that was quite good. What's the best gift a father can give his son? Tickets to watch a Champions League game or his first car? I would say probably a car. Batman or Superman, and Iron Man or Captain America. I'd go Batman. Yeah, I'd go Batman and Superman. I mean, I grew up with Superman and Christopher Reeve. Obviously, not nice what happened to him. People are going to say what happened to him now. You could Google it, but basically he fell off a horse and got paralysed, didn't he? And then he died a few years later. What's the best Tarantino movie, says Lucas? Oh, I don't know whether I've been asked this before, so I'm going to answer it very, very quickly. For me, I haven't seen the new one with DiCaprio and Brad Pitt. I can't wait to see that because I like both of those actors, and I do like Tarantino. I've sort of gone off Tarantino films in recent years. I always watch them, but I always think they always go the same. They draw you in, they're very good, and then the last part is always just carnage. But I think it's got to be Reservoir Dogs for me. Yeah, it's got to be Reservoir Dogs. I just love that film, and I think, you know, Pulp Fiction's probably more glamorous, but Reservoir Dogs, it's just, I really like it. What's your favourite flavour of ice cream? Do you prefer sugar cone or in a cup? My favourite flavour of ice cream would probably be, I think I've said it before, I like so many ice creams actually, and I prefer it in a bowl. Yeah. Favourite TV show from being a child? Grange Hill, they're consistent ones that I did like. Jossie's Giants, cartoons, Tom and Jerry, Thundercats. Yeah, I used to watch a lot of telly as a kid. Curtis Russell says, can you show us more of what goes on behind the scenes at the United Stand? Yeah, easy question to answer. Do you play any video games apart from FIFA? If so, and what's your favourite? Mainly just play FIFA, and I only ever really play FIFA when I'm live. I don't have time to just sit and play computer games. Now and again I'll play the new snooker game because I like snooker, but I can't remember the last time I actually sat and played a computer game and didn't stream it. So yeah, it is mainly Football Manager and FIFA if I get to play. What sports are you good at other than football, says Harvey? Well, I'm glad you consider me good at football. I'm not bad at snooker. I don't really play any other sports, if I'm honest with you. Again, it comes down to time. I'm quite good at running when I get myself fit. Long distance running, always been quite good at that. I always remember at school I was very good at 1500 metres. Unfortunately, there was 2 lads in my year who were just unbelievably good, so I always used to come third. But yes, I was always very good at long distance running. Like, you get a good pace going, but I'd always be one of those runners that keeps something back. So like that final lap, I'd just be able to give it. I could just sprint for the final lap and always keep it back. And it was always about pacing yourself enough, because I'd never be in third place when I was on that final lap or that final bit of the cross country. It was always about keeping yourself in the distance for those people that you can get past, and I liked that. Bit like Chariots of Fire, that final lap, just blitzing through people when they're tired. Favourite gin for those late night sessions, United Dean. If it's a straight gin, that means just straight gin and tonic. Hendrix, I really like that. If it's a flavoured gin, I quite like the ginger and rhubarb. That's nice. There's lots of nice flavoured gins, to be honest with you. Favourite sandwich. My favourite sandwich. This is one of my favourite questions I've ever had. My favourite sandwich, and I'm pretty sure I might have answered this before as well, because you get so much deja vu. AJ asked me my favourite sandwich. My favourite sandwich is this. It is basically, you can get it in an island. It's from O'Brien's. It's called a triple decker. It's a slice of bread. It's chicken mayo with cucumber and onion and tomato, and then it's a slice of toast, and then it's coleslaw, bacon and lettuce, and then another slice of bread. It's called a triple decker. It's absolutely gorgeous. It is brilliant. It makes me hungry now. Would you rather the feeling of cooling down in extreme heat or the feeling of heating up in extreme cold? Ooh, Tony, that's interesting. I think warming up in extreme cold is always a nice feeling. Yeah, I think I'd go with that. Because it's like, I'm very seasonal, which is fortunate because the world is seasonal and I don't have any choice. But in the summer, I always think when you get towards the end of the summer, I'm really excited about September to Christmas. I like the autumn. That's my favourite season, autumn. I like the winter. I like Halloween. I like the dark nights. I like Christmas. I like the build-up. So, yeah, at the end of the summer, I'm always ready for that. And then when Christmas is over, I'm like, I don't really like summer. But then when it starts to get light nights and everything, I'm like, I can't wait to go on holiday. I like the summer. Yeah, so... But I think if I had to choose, I'd probably prefer... Well, autumn's my favourite season, so I probably prefer the winter, to be honest with you. Best Netflix show, says NDL Felix. I'd say Breaking Bad's the best thing I've ever seen on there. I do like Ozark, but I'd say Breaking Bad's probably the best I've seen on there. Will we sign Bruno? That was from August the 5th. We didn't. I'm combined. I did ask these questions a while ago, so I'm going through this from a while ago. Favorite TV sitcom: Callum Easy, Only Fools and Horses. I was still watching it now. I still watch it now. I was watching it then the other night. Yeah, I have seen Peaky Blinders. Favorite drink is seasonal. Football fan red one. Yeah, so I was saying to the wife the other day, I haven't had a glass of red wine in ages, but she said, well, that's because you drink that in the autumn. So yeah, bitters and red wines, that's nice for the autumn and the winter months. For the summer, you've got your gins and your Pims and your bottled lagers with your bits of lemon in, like your Coronas. Lagers are consistent for me all year round, but yeah, it's definitely seasonal. Drink whiskey. I only really drink whiskey in the winter as well. If one of your kids became a professional footballer and they had to play for Man City or Liverpool, which one would you pick? And that's from Greenwood Guru. I wouldn't tell them to pick either. If they asked me for my advice, it was a tough one because I've always said, if somebody said to me, you've got the option between being a professional footballer for Liverpool or you're not a professional footballer, I would take the Liverpool one. Definitely. There's loads of footballers who've done that. There's loads of footballers who are United fans who've ended up playing for Liverpool, etc. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a Liverpool fan, or he was a Liverpool fan growing up, and he's a Manchester United legend. So if I had the choice between never being a professional footballer or playing for Liverpool, I know for a fact that me at 16, 17, 18, whatever, would have done it. And actually, I agree with it at this age, where it's not possible for me to make that choice because I can't be a professional footballer at my age. So if my code says Liverpool or Man City, I would probably say Liverpool. Even though I despise Liverpool the most because they're our biggest rival, I would say to him, look, Liverpool's got the history, it's got the fan base, it's got the passion, it means something. Man City, you're going to get paid well, but it's a bit soulless, it's a bit plastic, it's a bit mercenary. I genuinely think I would say go and play for Liverpool. I wouldn't like it. I would be like, come on, United's got to be where you've got to play. But ultimately, if you've got a choice and you've got to make that choice, and as I said, if it was professional football or no for professional football for me, I would have gone to Liverpool, yeah, and I would have loved every minute of it because I would have been a professional footballer. When I'm playing Liverpool, when I'm playing United, it'd be very difficult, and I'd want United to be winning the league over my. Well, I don't know. Actually, you're delving into something there. If then when you're playing for Liverpool as a United fan, and it's you against United for the title, do you want personal glory or do you want United to win it? My mindset at the moment would be, yeah, I'd still want United to win the league. I don't ever want Liverpool to win the league, but no, you've got to. If your dream is to be a professional footballer, you can't always be fortunate enough to play for the club that you love as well. You've got to be very, 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 very good to do that. So I hope I answered that one in a way that was good. Have you got any ghost stories? If so, can you tell us one? I have got some, but it's probably not the time. And do you have any tattoos? Says Rose Dumas. No, I'm not one for tattoos. I'm not one for tattoos. I've never been into it, but I know a lot of people who do. Adidas or Nike? Adidas. Josh Hampton. Adidas for me. Adidas for me. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. I don't think I did it in 20 minutes, did I? I won't know till I end the video because I didn't see what time it was when I started recording it. But you lot will. Please do smash a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. I am going to get this back every week for you now because the transfer window's closed, so it gives me a little bit more freedom. It's not really about time. It's about freedom to know that I can film it at this time. Whereas with transfers, you just never know if something's going to kick off. So thanks everyone for watching. Remember, you can get your questions in below for the next show if you want to do it, or just follow me on Twitter at Mark Goldbridge and watch out for the Going for Goldbridge questions tweet. Thanks everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll speak to you all soon.